Welcome to Sportsbet Daily at oddsmarket.com. It's NFL Week 8. Only the Patriots and the 49ers are unbeaten. 100% record for them, boys. I'm joined by Spread Astaire and at SportsKeg CEO. First of all, Jace, let me come to you. Congratulations. Absolutely magnificent show. The live line for SBR. 18-2 last night. Props. It was a tough game to call just on the total or the spread, but they found 18. I'm not like making it up neither. 18 winning bets. Congratulations, Jay.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, incredible. We could do no wrong last night. We nailed every player prop. We nailed 5 or 6 live NBA plays. And I think at the end of the night, I think we lost 4. We went 18-4. But incredible, man. But I still missed you. I still wished you were there.
I was there in the chat. I was there. And the thing is, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I forgot to keep typing. It was like, I was like just enjoying the chemistry between all 5 of you. Because obviously, JJ came in for Ant. So, yeah, listen, right. It was an absolutely brilliant show, and I recommend anybody wants to get involved on the live line, then obviously you follow at SportsKeg CEO or SBR or at Odds Market, and we'll all tweet about it. Looking forward to Monday night when I join for the Dolphins and the Steelers. But, hey, let's crack on. What I'm going to do basically is I'm going to fire your selections or your games at you, and we can go from there. Otherwise, we'll be here till Sunday. Let's kick off. Spread. We'll start with you. Cardinals minus 10.5 at the Saints. Total points 48.
All right. So I'm looking at the Saints here, and what I'm looking at is a correction. The Cardinals have had a nice run with their 3 games, but they've done it against inferior competition and inferior defenses. They've gone against the Bengals and the Giants, and that's the teams that they're beating. And the Saints is going to be a whole different monster. First of all, you have defensive coordinator Dennis Allen going up against the rookie quarterback Kyler Murray. Kyler has shown flashes of brilliance, flashes of why he deserved to be the number 1 pick. But overall, he's not doing it against defenses of the Saints caliber, and they're going to show him looks and speed and coverage that he hasn't seen before. I'm not expecting a lot from Murray here. And then on the Saints side, we have Drew Brees, who's coming back, and he's in an interesting position here. Teddy Bridgewater did pretty well filling in. So while he won't say it out loud, I'm sure there's plenty of incentive in Brees' mind to keep scoring, keep running up the points, and remind the team that he's the Hall of Famer and he's the leader of this team. So I like the Saints in a blowout here. I thought this line was going to be around 13, so 10.5 is just looking very appetizing to me.
Okay, Saints minus 10.5 against the Cardinals. Great start, Jace. Giants plus 7 at the Lions. Total points 49.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is one side you have to look at in this game, and it's Detroit. I understand why people would take a shot on the Giants. The Lions haven't beat a team by more than 3 points this season, I believe. The Lions defense has not been great the last 5 weeks of the year. But, I mean, take a step back and look at who this team has played. There are levels in the NFL, and the New York Giants are about 2 levels below any team that the Detroit Lions has played in 5 weeks. They played the Packers, Chiefs, Vikings, Chargers, Eagles, okay? I mean, let's get real. They won 2 of those games. They kept the other games close. They play best when they're at home, and they're still a top 12 offense based on every offensive metric that I take seriously. If this isn't a get back on track game for the Detroit Lions against a bad New York Giants team, a rookie quarterback that's played 5 games and has 1 weapon, I feel good about the Lions here. I'm laying the 6.5. Give me the Lions.
So you're going 6.5. That means you're obviously in front of the spread. What about the 49.5, Jace? Do you think it goes under?
Detroit's defense has struggled more than I thought it would this season. So it wouldn't shock me if it got over the number, because I think Detroit's going to put points on the board. It wouldn't shock me if it went over, though, Flash.
Okay, leave that one then. Let's move on. Chargers +4 at the Bears. Total points 41 spread.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Chargers here, and basically I'm on a Mitchell Trubisky fade. I didn't think he was that good, and this season he's looked even worse than I had him rated. And the Chargers, boy, this is really a tough team to handicap. The main concern for me taking the Chargers here is I'm still a little worried about missing Pouncey at center, but getting Okung back at left tackle, they've looked a little better. And boy, I mean, they could have won that game last week against Tennessee. Real close, fumbled on the goal line, but I expect the Chargers to get back on point. 4 points seems to be a lot to give when you're an offensively challenged team like the Bears. And if it comes down to it, if it's a close game in the fourth quarter, I'd much rather have Phillip Rivers leading my team down the field than Mitchell Trubisky.
No, I agree. I mean, I think the Bears are just one of them sides that when you go against them, they'll step up. Obviously, the D, but the offense is probably 1 in 3 games that they click. Jace, Jets +6.5 at the Jags, and the total's 40.5.
You know, what a disaster the New York Jets were on Monday night. Flash, you were with me. One of the worst offensive performances I've literally ever seen in my life. The Jets might have the worst offense in the league, actually, and that's saying something when you consider that the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins are in this league, right? Now, all that said, what does the public do when they see a performance like that? They overreact. When the public bets the NFL, almost everything is they react based on a recency bias, right? Now, I don't know who wins this game, but I think the total is cheap. Darnold can come out and do what he did against the Cowboys the week before that game when he threw for 338 yards, right? In fairness, he played the best defense in football last week, right? They're a special defense. I think that Darnold could score some points in this game. And on the other sideline, Fournette's played well this year in Jacksonville. And I was extremely high on Gardner Minshew coming into the season. If you could pick one coach in college to offensively mold the quarterback, it's Mike Leach. He's an offensive genius. The Jets defense has been pedestrian the last 3 weeks, and that might be kind. In a 2019 NFL, 40.5 is really, really low. You could almost go over that number by accident. Couple broken tackles, and you're over the number. Combine that with the recency bias, give me over 40.5 here.
Yeah, I think he will get time in the pocket. And the other night, we obviously lambasted him publicly because as soon as he got that pressure, he had a panic up, threw it anywhere. And listen, New England, they're better than most at feasting on wild throws. Okay, I'm going to move on. Broncos +6 at the Colts. Total points, 43 spread.
So I'm on the Colts here. This is another situation where I'm not going to get seduced into taking the points with these poor teams going against good teams, and that's what I think the Broncos are. Once again, it's a real simple handicap. I'm looking at the quarterbacks. In Jacoby Brissett, you have a young man who's mobile in the pocket, is leading his team, and his teammates have confidence in him that he can get the ball down the field. On the other hand, you have Joe Flacco, who can't move in the pocket and can basically be stymied by the most basic pass rushes available. I know Fangio was supposed to turn this defense around for the Broncos, but losing Bradley Chubb was a huge loss because now you didn't have both ends. Von Miller can be schemed against. They're double teaming him. They're making him look normal. And I just don't see how this Broncos team that seemed to have waved the white flag when they traded Emmanuel Sanders this week is going to be able to put up the points to compete with this Indianapolis Colts team.
Yeah, can't get my head around this Colts side. I bet them, they go down. I go against them and they win. And listen, we've always known about the Colts. They are the biggest homers probably outside of Atlanta. They just deliver when they're at home. So, yeah, I can see the Colts against the Broncos. I worry about the Broncos because you never know who's turning up there as well. My first game, Eagles +2.5 at the Bills. Total points, 43.5. I'm going the Eagles again. I'm going back in. I'm emotionally involved, obviously, with my Super Bowl future. I'm just going to go NFC against the AFC. I don't think that the Bills have got enough on offense, and I think they may well struggle with a balanced offense of the Eagles with the run and the pass. With the pass, they need to obviously complete and catch a few more, but the Eagles plus 2.5, I'm happy to go Eagles money line. So if you want a little bit more value, go Eagles money line. I think they go into Buffalo and they win. Browns plus 12.5 at the Patriots. Total points 45.5, Jace.
Yeah, Flash, this is my first derivative bet of the week. The New England Patriots defense, everybody's saying one of the best 5 defenses since 2000, right? That's what everybody's saying. I think people need to settle down a bit. Yeah. The record of opposing teams that the Patriots have played is somewhere around, I think, like 11-27. The Patriots have not played an opposing quarterback worth their salt this year. And it continues this week. The Patriots' strength of the schedule, dead last in the league. They play another struggling offense here. The Browns' offensive DVOA, 27th in the league. Baker Mayfield has not looked as good as he did a year ago. It's been inexcusable to me when you look at the skill position players that this kid has, right? So the Cleveland Browns team total is 16.5. This should be another week where the number 1 defense in football dominates the line of scrimmage, a struggling offense. It's been the story all year long for New England. I think it continues this week. Give me under 16.5 team total on the Cleveland Browns.
Under 16.5 team total. Okay, I'm involved in this game as well. I think the offensive line of the Browns is like a chocolate fire guard. It's like an ashtray on a motorbike. It's no good to no one. I'm going Patriots. I'm just going for the total, under 45.5. I just think it is a 31-9, 28-10. I just think that the Patriots get done. They get the W, they move on, and they just relax a little bit more. So I'm going Patriots, total points, under 45.5. Seahawks, minus 6.5. Falcons, total 53 spread.
Yeah, and this is going to be another situation where you have a team, selling off players. That's giving an indication to the locker room, hey, we're looking towards next year. With the Broncos, we had Emmanuel Sanders, and now with the Falcons, we have the trade of Mohamed Sanu. One less weapon there for Matt Ryan. Now, will Matt Ryan play? Today, he took the practice field. It's looking like he will, but he's not going to be 100%. And I think that's going to be a big factor here. And, the Seahawks like to run the ball, and boy, did they find the right defense to do this against. Russell, they could put up 30 points, and Russell Wilson might have less than 20 pass attempts here. I think the Seahawks are going to run the ball all over this downtrodden Falcons defense. And, poor Dan Quinn and the poor Falcons fan, but this year has been a disaster, and it seems to me like they're already looking towards next year. I don't like laying the points with Seahawks, but I'm doing it in this case because not 100% Matt Ryan, not a good run defense that feeds right into what Seattle likes to do.
So Seattle, minus 6.5 spread, yeah?
Yep, Seattle, minus 6.5, lay the points.
Jay, you laying the points?
It's an injury report play for me, Flash. If Matt Ryan is not in and Schaub steps in, it's an absolute auto fade on the Falcons. I love Russell Wilson. I think he's the MVP of the league through 7 weeks. I'm not completely sold on the Seahawks yet, to be fair. 4 of their games, they've won by a combined 8 points this year, right? So, that's why I feel like people need to slow down on the Seahawks hype a little bit. They've managed to win 5 games this year. We know that every team gets right against this Falcons defense. They're the 4th worst defense in the league on my power ratings. If you add Matt Schaub to the equation, if he goes in for Ryan, it's a tailor-made game for Seattle. So I'm just going to wait to see if Matt Ryan starts. If he doesn't, I'm on Seattle, minus 6.5.
Yeah, well, I fancy you'll see the line move prior to the news breaking. If he doesn't play, I think it's probably going to be moving towards 9 and maybe even double figures. So, you're taking a bit of a gamble. But obviously, if Matt Ryan's not there, then you're looking at double figures. So Seahawks -6.5. Jay's going to wait until the news breaks on Matt Ryan. Okay, my play, Panthers +5.5 at the 49ers. Total points 42.5. I'm taking the Panthers +5.5. I think the 49ers, this will be a real test for them. They only scored 9. I think the defense of Washington Redskins, when they beat the Redskins 9-0, I think the Redskins stood up again last night, could have had points themselves, fouled in the red zone. I think this Carolina Panthers side will really test them out on both sides of the ball. So give me the points, and I wouldn't be adverse to going money line and the 49ers losing their 100% record. Raiders 6.5. Texans total points 51.5. Jay.
Yeah, another injury report game for me, Flash. It's all about Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs, running back for the Raiders, does not play in the game, I am all over the Houston Texans here. He has been a huge part of this offense for Gruden. He is the engine, and I think it's a tough ask for the Raiders to go to Houston without him. I'm not sure if Houston is home.
It's in Houston.
Are they home?
Yeah. It's at the Texans.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Texans offense is elite, period. I like Deshaun Watson, rock solid. I think the Texans defense will be able to contain Carr if he doesn't have Josh Jacobs to hand the ball off to. This passing game this season has been completely predicated on if they can play off that running game that is consistently moving the ball in chunks. I'll be laying it here if Josh Jacobs is out. Okay. I'm just waiting.
Okay, so let's wait for the injury reports again on Josh Jacobs. If he's not there, then fill your boots on the Texans. Okay, I'm going to bring you in spread. I know it's not one of your games, but it's the biggest game of the weekend for me. Packers -3.5 at the Chiefs. Total points 48. Before you go, I've already played and I'm a point under at the moment because I put the Packers -4.5. They went to 3.5. Thinking Mahomes, there was little rumours. There was no way he was going to play. I still don't believe he's going to play. So I've gone Packers to give up 4.5 against the Chiefs. What do you think, Spread?
Yeah, if Matt Moore is in there, I love this play. I figured this is a tough game for you, Flash, because you've been supporting the Packers and the Chiefs all year. Now they're facing off. So two of your favorites are colliding here. I like the Packers here, too. I'm really surprised at the drop-off between Mahomes to Moore is one of the biggest drops I've seen in a while. And it's really a credit to Mahomes. I mean, Matt Moore's not that bad a backup, but you could just see it on the field. And the Packers are set up to move the ball against this Kansas City defense who has kind of a weakness in the secondary there. I consider them to be average against the run, but they do have problems stopping the pass. Aaron Rodgers looked fantastic this week. Last week. It looks like him and LaFleur are starting to click. And I think this is another defense that the way that the Packers set up their offense, I think they're going to do really well. I think that we're going to see another big game from Rodgers here. And boy, if Mahomes doesn't play, I could see this one getting out of hand.
Yeah, we like that, getting out of hand, because obviously I've got Green Bay being my number one seed in the NFC. Although Jimmy the Bag, our good friend, is having a little futures on the Saints. So he's going to have that NFC well covered. He'll have the Saints, he'll have the Packers, he'll have the Eagles. He'll have them all in there on the NFC. I think the Super Bowl goes to the NFC. Final game Monday night, Jace. Can't wait. Look forward to it. Unbelievable record that we've all got on a Monday night. Now we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. Jimmy's back. Means there might be a little bit of a downer on us there. But Dolphins -14 at the Steelers. Total points 43.5. I jumped in early, Jace. I went with over 42.5.
I haven't bet the game yet, Flash, but I'm leaning to hold my nose and take the 14.5 with Miami again. We got the job done last week when they played Buffalo. I'm not sold on this Pittsburgh offense at all, okay? I think Mason Rudolph is back this week, I'm pretty sure. But still, their defense has been the best part of the team through 7 weeks, okay? But Miami I think is capable of hanging within 2 touchdowns, even if they're down 20 late and it's a backdoor cover that we sneak in through the back door. I just think that they're still undervaluing this Dolphins team. I know they are abysmal, but I still think they're slightly undervaluing the team when you're playing teams like Buffalo and Pittsburgh. So I'm probably going to hold my nose and take Miami, and I might jump in on the over with you on Monday night.
Yeah, it's always nice to have us all singing on the same hymn sheet. I just think that there's going to be points in the game because neither side have got much to lose. I think that they'll be ultra positive. I think that.
Do you think Miami could stay within 2 scores of them?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, I think I'm reading this at the moment that I might go Steelers -6.5 in play. I'm hoping that it stays. And the Steelers maybe pull away late. But, I mean, listen, same as Redskins last night. You give me 14, 16 points in the NFL, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to go for it, unless they're playing the Patriots.
Exactly.
You've got to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, boys, that was rat-a-tat-tat. Busy weekend for us, boys. We've got to make sure that come Monday night, we're in great shape, and we've got a few shekels on them props. Spread, you have a great weekend.
Sir.
Jace? Keep up the good work, mate. No sleeping on the job.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, boys. So that was Spread Astaire and that was Jace going through week 8 of the NFL. Join us Monday night. You can see you can see Jace and all the gang on the live line at SBR Sports. Look out for our Twitter pages. We'll be retweeting it. They go there for 4 hours non-stop giving you winners. Take care.